Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Simon's trading channel. My name is Simon. This is my daily Bitcoin price action analysis. Happy Sunday to you all. I hope you're having a nice weekend. It's lovely and sunny here in Wales. And I'm looking forward to seeing where this weekly closes. It's looking good for a bullish close, but you never know. There are still nearly 9 hours to go, and Bitcoin does funny things, but it's looking good for a bullish close. Before I get into the lower time frame stuff, which you'll probably have got used to me talking about predominantly, I just wanted to have a quick reflect on this beautiful V shape that Bitcoin has produced on the daily time frame since the current all-time high to the macro low, and then where price is now sniffing out another all-time high, but not quite there yet. And I was just reflecting really on the RSI. That on this whole move down, it was never really oversold. And on this whole move up, it's had several periods of overbought. And I just think that's interesting. And part of the reason I don't trade using the RSI is that when there's a strong trend in either direction, using overbought and oversold areas is probably not a good idea. That's just my humble opinion, but it is what it is. And this is why you hear me talk about divergences on an RSI, but not really overbought, oversold areas. Anyway, there you go. I'm just going to drop down to and if that doesn't make any sense to you, I apologize. That'll be my lacking, not yours. But this isn't a video about RSI. It's just an observation based on where the daily is now and that lovely V shape plotting down and an up. I can do a video on RSI in the future if anyone would like me to, but this video is not about that. This is a daily Bitcoin price action analysis. And so now I'm going to sweep down to the 15-minute, because that's where the price action has really been since Wednesday. Here was Wednesday when Bitcoin made that interesting 15-minute wick that effectively set out the range. And since then, as you can see from my midpoint, range bottom here, range high here, midpoint here, it's lived above the midpoint. So I did say yesterday, the longer this goes sideways without breaking down, let's get rid of the RSI for now, the more logical it would appear that there's going to be another move up. That's just logic, right? There's no rocket science. There's no rocket science there. If it doesn't break down, it's probably going to go up. Yes, Simon, thanks for pointing that out. As in the context of a strong uptrend, which is what it is on the higher time frames. So everything else context, and you have to look at price action in the context of the overriding trend, just like the Valentine's range of doom. The longer the price went sideways, the more likely it was to break out to the top because of the overriding higher time frame strong uptrend. And the same applies now. Right. The other thing that I think I had these on yesterday, it does look like it's wedging itself in. I'm not drawing them exact by any stretch of imagination, and I'm sure that you could do a better job of this, take a bit more time to do it, but something like that clearly is a flag, and in the I've forgotten the words. Well, the old noggin's not very good these days. In the context of a strong uptrend, you would expect more upside. Same thing, but kind of putting it in a more geometric shape. I can get rid of this line now because that trend is now finished. And so, without withering on for too much longer, the mini range sort of still exists. It's hovering around the support resistance line for the mini range, although it's clearly not as significant as the top of the range and the bottom. But what I would say is, as long as Bitcoin's closing medium time, and my medium time frames are like 4 hour and hourly. Other people's medium time frames would be like daily and weekly because they're investors. But for me personally, as long as Bitcoin doesn't start closing 4 hour candles below 61,000, I think it's likely to break to the upside from this range. However, if it did start to close 4 hour candles below 61,000, then it's likely a retest around 58. But until then, looking for more upside to occur first. And that's where I'm going to leave it. So, short and sweet video today. Price action of the weekend has really been a bit of sideways, and the volatility is cooling down. So hopefully it'll cool down a bit more, but only go sideways, which would then lend itself to more upside. I'll come back to it tomorrow. So enjoy your Sunday. I hope you've had a great weekend, and we'll talk about the weekly closure on Monday, which is tomorrow. Take care.